Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here, and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I do appreciate it. Be sure and follow on TikTok and YouTube for me so I can grow my collectives. And be sure and like, follow along, comment for me. That does push my channel out there, so I would appreciate that as well. And whatever message comes out today is what you need to hear. I've set that intention with spirit. It is a general reading. I'm going to pull a Celtic Cross today. I did Past, Present, Future last week. If you haven't watched those, go check those out. I was called to do those last week, that layout, and I liked it as well. So let me know in the comments what you guys prefer, if you prefer one over the other. So we have building blocks and thinker. Interesting. So maybe you're thinking about some type of stability, building something from a solid foundation here. Or maybe you need to think it through. So building blocks is number 28. Building blocks. Strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as a solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you're making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. I love that. You know, when you build any kind of like relationship or a business or even your spiritual practice, if you build that on a faulty foundation, you're not going to have that stability. So I feel like building blocks and building things slowly and methodically, maybe that's what this thinker is. Think things through here. But, you know, you want things to be built on a solid foundation because you don't want them to fall apart later. So thinker is number 44. Strategy, being analytical and logical. That's funny, I said logical. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all of the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. So both of these said you have everything that you need right now. So if the magician comes out in your reading, I will literally laugh out loud. But yeah, I feel like you're just, you know, you need to sit and think and really be logical about what you're building and how you're building it and who you're building it with, and kind of maybe plan things out. We'll get into the tarot and find out what this is about. This could be about your business. It could be about, you know, relationships with family, friends, romantic relationships. I feel like building blocks are important in any kind of relationship or business, or like I said, even your spiritual practice. You know, perfect example. I love to meditate and I love to journal, and I do it every morning, and I self Reiki. And I moved a little over a year ago, and I didn't meditate for probably 3 weeks because I was so busy packing my house and trying to get everything together, and I was focused on this and that, and I was not taking my time for myself, and it really took a toll on me, and I could tell the difference by not meditating. So, you know, I keep those practices in place for stability so that they help me, because it helps my mind and clears my head. So, you know, if you're not focused on that, then, you know, you can kind of derail yourself there. So we have the Death card. Nice. Page of Swords, Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, Justice card, Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, King of Cups, Three of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Underneath we have the Judgment card. Nice. So I definitely feel like this is something about emotional, definitely could be relationships here. So at the heart of this, we have the Death card, which is, again, transformations, beginnings, endings. I feel like there is an ending here, and this could be about like, ending some type of relationship and then building on a solid foundation. This could also be about a beginning and building on that solid foundation. We'll get more into the tarot. So underneath we had the Judgment though. So that's what tells me that the Judgment is like an awakening. It's an aha moment, like this whole rebirth energy. So you have the Death and Judgment here, which are both about like new beginnings, rebirth. This is also about like leaving the past behind. So they're both kind of like beginning, ending cards and leaving the past behind. But I definitely feel like there is some type of renewal energy here, endings and new beginnings. So your blockage here is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is all about like communication. It's about like mental clarity, seeing things from like a unique perspective. So maybe you're kind of blocking the way you're seeing things here, or you could just be blocked. It could be blocking in communication. Maybe you're not ending this, or maybe somebody didn't communicate like an ending, or it's also about like curious and exploration. So maybe you're not exploring a new beginning, or some type of ending here, like embracing it. You're not embracing it for some reason. So at the root of this, we have the Ace of Cups. This is like a new emotional beginning. This is also, so this could be about your spirituality. That's about your emotions. It could also be about love. It could just be about like whatever a new emotional beginning is for you. I feel like there was a new emotional beginning. And it's also about like opening your heart. So I just don't know like maybe it's learning. Maybe you're just not open to, learning about whatever this death and rebirth is. So in the recent past, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is about like a love offer, or it could be about following your heart. So again, if this is, if you're here for a love reading, then this could be, a complete renewal in love. Or, there was an ending to a relationship and now there is this new romantic relationship starting, and you want to build that on a solid foundation. So your higher self is the Justice card. So this is like about it's about balance. Like maybe this is, you needing to get balanced, but this is also like a lawyer card, or law. So this could be your higher self telling you that with this ending, like maybe there's some type of like lawyer involved. So this could be like the ending of a marriage. This could be dissolving of assets after the relationship, and now you're going to be building on a more solid foundation. Maybe this was an ending to a relationship, but it's also just about like balance and fairness. So maybe this is just your higher self telling you that this is like your karma and you need to stay balanced. In the near future, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is a very grounded energy. So I see this as the Sagittarius card because we are very financially independent, very free. But this is like the Earth card, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in the near future. This could just be you embodying that energy. She's very grounded, very nurturing, very financially independent. She is very just very caring, very nurturing, very grounded. When I see pentacles, I think grounded energy. So your advice from Spirit is to put an end to painful cycles. So maybe that's what this ending was here. You have an ending and a new beginning. So I think this is just about maybe seeing things from a different perspective. This ending, whatever it was for you, if this was a marriage that ended or a relationship that ended, embrace this new beginning and see it from a different perspective. It needed to end so that the new could come in. But Spirit's telling you to end this painful cycle. Try to embrace the new beginning that is coming in here, because you do have, 3 cards of new beginnings, and then the 10 is the end of a cycle. So you basically have 4 cards of endings. In your environment, the influence here is the King of Cups. So This could be a water sign that you're dealing with. They could have expressed emotions. You may have like a new emotional start with a water sign. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. This could just be you embodying that energy. So he is the feminine masculine king. But it's also about being emotionally intelligent, being compassionate, staying emotionally balanced. That could be what this Justice card is here, is for you just to recognize your karma, stay balanced, and stay fair in the situation. So if there was an ending to one situation and a beginning to a new situation, you want to make sure that you're being fair to both parties. I think your hopes and fears, we have the Three of Swords. This could be that you're fearing a broken heart. This could also just be you wanting to embrace healing energy and heal your broken heart, maybe after that ending. So maybe you ended things and now you're just following your heart. And, this could be you maybe filing for a divorce so that you can start over in this Queen of Pentacles energy. Again, it's a general reading, so it's going to resonate differently for each of you. Are you starting over with somebody new, or did you have an ending to a relationship and now you're kind of moving on your own? So we do have this, again, the Three of Swords, which is like a grief, a broken heart energy, but it's also like embracing the healing, because you do have a new beginning here. Just try to remain balanced and maybe focus on healing your heart. The overall outcome is the Two of Pentacles. So this is about, again, balance. You have a lot of balance in here. But this is about balancing your resources, balancing your finances. This is also about remaining flexible in times of change. So I always look at these ships back here, and then his hands are always like this, like the ups and downs, remain flexible here and remain open to change. So with this ending, I just feel like you kind of need to be open to changes and maybe kind of just watch your finances. Let's see. What does Sagittarius not see coming, Spirit? What do they not see coming? So we have the Three of Wands, growth, progress, expansion, Knight of Swords. Things are going to move forward pretty quickly here towards a wish fulfillment. That's amazing. So, yeah. You have growth and expansion here. You could be traveling. Maybe you're moving away from someone, moving on with your life and rebuilding something more stable. I feel like this could be, this is an ending to a love relationship and you're kind of following your heart now and leaving the past behind and, kind of focusing more on building your wealth, building your money, and getting emotionally balanced. So if you've ended a marriage soon, this could definitely be your reading. But you have growth and progress coming in here, and it's going to happen fast. Things are going to move forward pretty quickly, and you're going to get a wish fulfillment here. So I think this is about you following your heart towards whatever this wish fulfillment is for you. What do they need to focus on, Spirit? Haha. Yeah, stand in your power. And, this is ending toxicity. Just kind of stand in your power, and any negative attachments, any toxicity that has to do with partnerships. This is kind of just you standing in your power, because this is the fire sign. This is the Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. But this is about you kind of just stepping into your Queen of Wands energy, and I feel like you're doing that with this wish fulfillment, and you're stepping out on your own, and you're ending toxic cycles in partnerships. So I definitely feel like this could have been you filing for a divorce and going out on your own here. And, you're just focused on your finances and you want to build from a stronger foundation this time. And that's really smart to do. That's really smart to focus on. So, let me clarify. What is this Page of Swords, Spirit? This is driving me crazy. Clarify the Page of Swords, please. Blocking the Tower. Yeah, you're blocking. That's the change. the acknowledging the change and seeing things from a different perspective. I feel like this ending has to happen. And I feel like you just didn't want to acknowledge it because it's hard, when you're ending a relationship, that's very difficult to look at, and trying to see things from a different perspective, to see the beauty in it, to see the growth, that this was not a healthy relationship. And sometimes it's just really hard to see that. And you're kind of fearing that change. But, I feel like this is spirit telling you not to fear that, because you have growth and progress, and you have a wish fulfillment here. You're standing in your power. You're building things from a solid foundation. You've got that Queen of Pentacles. So, these are a lot of great cards. This is a lot of great progression. It was hard energy here in the beginning with the ending and the judgment, but you're definitely leaving that past behind and moving towards a wish fulfillment. So I wish you all the best, Sagittarius, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.